We are gathered here today to sip some tea, honey, so make sure you guys have your teacups ready because this tea is what? Piping hot. Hey you guys, it's your girl T. So I want to talk about this video that's going viral. This video is very, very disturbing. So what's going on is that we have a 2-year-old child. This takes place in Chicago, Illinois. And we have this woman, she's on Facebook Live, and she's rapping all these gangster rap lyrics, and her boyfriend is there. And there's a 2-year-old child in the back seat. The 2-year-old child is the nephew of the boyfriend. The boyfriend is a known gangbanger. So while she's riding around the streets of Chicago with her man and this child, she's also pregnant. All of a sudden, you just hear gunshots. Gunshots rain out. She starts screaming. She pulls over, jumps out the car, runs down the alley to a friend's house, and she ends up coming in the house and they're trying to help her. She's been shot in her stomach. Meanwhile, the boyfriend and the nephew are left there in the car. They both end up dying. I want you guys to go ahead and check out the Facebook Live video, and then I want you guys to go ahead and check out the news clip. Check this out, and I'm gonna come back with the rest of my commentary.
She held me down when I was locked up. She was with me in the kitchen when that fun locked up. She crazy, she a pop, she my ratty kid. Bitches die long, the thing global. Never seen $100 show you. I ain't even tried to. I'm on the glow, nigga can't fly shit. You can go to all the
Chicago's police superintendent calling for reform after a toddler is gunned down on the city's south side.
If I'm a gang member and I pick up a gun and pull that trigger, if I know I'm going to be out in 6 months, that's a baseball season. I can do that.
2-year-old Lovelyti White was killed yesterday as he sat inside a car. Police say they're following good leads in the case.
It was a violent 48 hours in Chicago from Monday to this morning. 6 people gunned down in 5 separate shootings. Eyewitness News reporter John Garcia is live at Mount Sinai Hospital, where a shooting survivor, a pregnant woman, is recovering tonight. John.
That's right. Relatives say 2-year-old Lovelyti White was a fun-loving, active little boy. Police say his 26-year-old uncle was the apparent target for the gunman. And a third person, as you mentioned, that 20-year-old pregnant woman remains hospitalized here at Mount Sinai.
My nephew was young. He was so full of life, happy, loved to play.
It's been a difficult 24 hours for the family of 2-year-old Lovelyti White and 26-year-old Lled Collins. Both were shot to death as they sat in a car near the family's West Side home. A friend, a 20-year-old woman who was pregnant, was also shot, even as she sent the video out on Facebook Live. Relatives say Collins was watching the toddler for his sister.
Sad. They were so close. My brother and my nephew was together all the time.
Police say Lled Collins was the target of the gunfire. They say he was a known gang member who was recently released from prison. Collins, in 2012, was convicted of residential burglary and sentenced to 8 years in prison. In June last year, however, he was released on parole. Since his release in November last year, he was charged with DUI in DuPage County. Police, though, say they have strong leads to find the killer in this case.
We have some promising leads, so hopefully we'll bring that to a successful conclusion soon.
Community leaders say they're hoping police take the gunman off the street as soon as possible.
This crime that took place is reprehensible and totally beyond comprehension.
That group of pastors and community leaders is offering a $3,000 reward for information that leads to the arrest and conviction of a suspect. Meantime, relatives say Lovelyti White's father is in prison himself. He was informed of his son's death this morning. Live on the near west side of Mount Sinai Hospital, John Garcia, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
All right, so you guys just saw that news clip, and this whole situation is just sad. That little boy is so adorable. His name is Lovelyti. Beautiful child. You know, I was looking at his pictures. You know, obviously his mom took care of him. He was well dressed, beautiful smile. And it breaks my heart to see that a 2-year-old child lost their life in this manner. And it killed me that the woman, this adult who's also pregnant with the child, is sitting here rapping gangster rap lyrics where she's saying she's married to the streets. You know, and I'm listening to this lyrics, and then all of a sudden when shit became real, you know, you're bragging about being married to the streets. Once shit became real, she jumped out that damn car and she left not only her boyfriend, but that 2-year-old child. So then when she gets into the house, in case you missed the conversation, these people are saying, you know, we have to call the police, you got to call 911, we got to call the ambulance. And at first she's saying no, even though she's been shot in her stomach and could lose her own child, she's saying no because she don't want to go to jail. Being that she probably done did some damn gangster ass shit on the streets and maybe has warrants. You know, this whole situation just pisses me off. You know, and over the past few weeks I have been posting on Facebook and on Instagram where Common and Twister, you know, where they're mad at Donald Trump because he wants to bring in the National Guards to Chicago. And they're saying, no, we need more rec centers. We need more money. We need more jobs and opportunities, which I agree with that. There's a lot of, you know, there's no employment there on the south side of Chicago. It's very hard for people to find work. And so everybody's just sitting around, you know, bored to death, selling drugs, doing dirt, killing each other in that little small radius. This is not all of Chicago. It's just that small section. So yeah, they do need help, but I also feel like, you know, sending the National Guards in is not a damn bad idea, okay? You know, it wasn't too long ago where we had that situation where that 8-year-old little boy lost his life, Pierre Stokes' son, where they took him behind an alley and they killed that little boy. And now we have a 2-year-old child losing his life on Facebook Live. This whole situation is just disheartening. You know, and the thing that just kills me is that the uncle is a known gangbanger. He obviously had beef in the streets. He's only been out about a year or so. And then the little child's father, his own father, is sitting in prison right now. So the father probably won't even be allowed to come to the funeral. You know, this whole situation is crazy. It's just a cycle of poverty. It's a cycle of violence. And it's just really sad that this 2-year-old child did not get a chance to live to his full potential. And one thing I want to remind people as sisters and as women, you have to be very, very careful who you leave your children with. You know, I'm assuming the mother probably, you know, needed a babysitter. She might be at work. She might be at school. I don't know. But she left her son in the care of her brother, who's a known gangbanger, who's out here in these streets. We cannot continue to put our children at risk like that. I know that's your brother and you love him, but certain people cannot be my babysitter. You know what I'm saying? There's even certain people with my kids, they can't be around because I know you're in the streets and you're doing dirt, and I don't want your dirt and your street life to come back on my children. We have to be very, very mindful who we allow our children around, what type of energy, what they're involved in, because sometimes other people's dirt can befall your children. And I know that has to be very tragic, because it's very obvious that the brother and sister were very close, because she was allowing her son to be with this man, assuming that he'd be safe under his uncle, and now this child is dead. You know, this whole situation is just sad. And then for that woman to just run off and leave the child and not want to call the police right away. Meanwhile, y'all have no problem, you know, holding on to the cell phone and streaming on Facebook Live. I'm just over Facebook Live at this point. If people aren't killing themselves on Facebook Live, committing suicide, you got folks dying. The same day there was a DJ in the Dominican Republic who was killed on Facebook Live. It's like, what the hell is going on out here? It's just really, really scary that, you know, that things like this are happening. And I'm assuming, like, when these people are going live, I'm assuming some of these enemies of these people are following them because they're live, they know where they're at, and they're catching them off guard because they're so engrossed in the camera. I mean, we've had so many stories like this where people have been shot on Facebook Live. You know, so this is just really, really scary. And I don't like the whole live thing. That's just not my thing. I spoke about that in the past. I don't feel like people need to know where you're at every moment of the day. You know, and especially if you have drama in the streets, especially if you have people that you're beefing with, or if you're dating a gang member, you definitely don't want to let people know where the hell y'all are at, you know, because he obviously has ops, he has enemies out there. So the whole situation is just tragic. You know, my heart definitely goes out to this little boy. These adults are grown and they chose their lifestyle, but this baby is innocent. And when I look at his beautiful face and his little gap, he's just so damn adorable. And this is just sad that that baby didn't even know what the hell hit him. You know, he had no idea, and they're saying he was shot in the head. And over what? Over some gang stuff. You know, Chicago is just, I don't know. Chicago's just draining. You know, I swear if I did a video for every shooting that happened in Chicago, I wouldn't be able to talk about anything else. But this story really, really just hurt me, because this was an innocent child. And once again, we have another tragedy on Facebook Live. So anyways, y'all, let's go ahead and get the discussion popping. Go ahead and leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts on this entire crazy situation. Once again, coming out of Chicago. All right. Deuces. Hey you guys, it's your girl T. Make sure to subscribe, like, and share my videos. You can also visit Lovelyti.com to purchase any merchandise. Also, don't forget to click the boxes down below to watch any of my previous videos. Talk to y'all later. Deuces.